Be it as it may, moving on. Little Nas X. I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yeah, familiar with his music. Yeah.
You're familiar with it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
He said growing up in a Christian family, him being gay, he was made to feel like it was against the church. What is your thoughts on homosexuality in Christianity?
I don't know if it's against the church. I just do know that there are some biblical things as it pertains to, everybody has their own particular theology. And I'm gonna say that, some people's theology has evolved as it pertains to homosexuality being in the church. And when you study the Bible, you would notice that was a problem or was an issue in the church in days of old anyway, from a scriptural standpoint. My position is, I'm a heterosexual man. I believe in, a man and a woman being together. I'm not going to say, nor will I ever put anybody in heaven or hell because of what they decide to do. Because that's a God decision. He's going to decide where people end up based upon their lifestyle. I preach what I believe. And I simply believe that, all of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And the reality is that whatever you are, you can be born again, period. And that's what the Bible declares. I say, well, I'm gay, be born again. I'm straight, be born again. The reality is all of us are supposed to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And, that transformation will bring about change.
What's good, folks? Welcome to The Furnished Mind. There seems to be a growing trend amongst Christian gospel artists, and that is the failure to rebuke homosexuality as sin. Previously, we've criticized a lot of those celebrity pastors like your Joel Osteens for failing to challenge sin, specifically like homosexuality. And now we have Marvin Sapp, who seems to be doing the same thing and been receiving a lot of flack over this. First of all, Marvin Sapp, anybody that listens to gospel music knows Marvin Sapp. He's one of the greats of the last 20 years. Probably his most popular album, the biggest crossover album he had, was Thirsty, which gave us the single Never Would Have Made It. That song was my introduction to Marvin Sapp, and he's been one of those artists I've listened to ever since. But here in the interview with the VladTV network, he's asked about sin, specifically homosexuality within the church, and his response kind of surprised me. I was excited to see him on this interview. I was excited to hear what he had to say, somebody I've respected for so long, and for him to just kind of give hey, everybody's truth, this is everybody's relationship with God, more relative to the individual rather than saying there's an absolute standard by which we must live by. We understand how clear Scripture is on homosexuality, and for him to not knock this ball out the park was just kind of startling to me. So we know that in Romans chapter 1, verse 27, it says, "In the same way, the men also abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. Men committed shameful acts with other men and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death, they not only continue to do these things, but also approve of those who practice them." And of course, we can go on and on about verses. The Bible is just replete with verses that make it very clear on that position. And it left me questioning why Marvin Sapp would not speak out on it. And it's unfortunate. He knows better than anybody. He's currently a senior pastor down in Fort Worth, Texas. Growing up, there was a comedian we all listened to from the original Kings of Comedy tour by the name of D.L. Hughley. He always jokingly said in one of his bits that the gayest place in America is the black church. And what I'm thinking is that Marvin Sapp is afraid to say this outright, because I'm assuming most of his team probably identifies in that way, and that's probably why he won't outright say it. Overall, I'm just disappointed. I wish he would have used that opportunity on VladTV, one of the biggest YouTube platforms, to just speak the truth. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Was Marvin Sapp okay in taking the political correct route, or is he wrong for not using the opportunity to speak truth?